Hello, beauties. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world today. Thank you so much for joining us. For those of you who don't know me, welcome to my page. My name is Megan, and I'm from Cape Town, South Africa. I'm a digital business owner, have been since 2020. And today we have a very special guest, Miss Tina Willis. So, guys, thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions throughout the broadcast, please feel free to pop it. We'll read it in the comment section. And I'll try and pose those questions to our guest, Miss Tina Willis. I'm going to bring her on just now.
Good morning.
Hello, Miss Tina. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Megan?
I'm fantastic now that I see you.
Oh, very much. Thank you. Thank you for asking me today. It's lovely.
It's such a pleasure. I think, a lot of people, they watch us, in the background and there's so many questions that people want to ask. And I myself have quite a number of questions that I want to ask you. But please, Miss Tina, please introduce yourself. Tell us a bit about yourself so the guests can, familiarize themselves.
Okay, so once again, thank you. And thank you everybody who's watching today. So my name's Tina Willis. I'm from the UK and I have been a digital business owner now for just over 2 years, coming on to 3 years now, actually. Back in 2019, I'd worked for the corporate world for over 25 years in sales. I'm married. I have 4 stepchildren and 11 grandkids.
Wow.
And yeah, I walked away. Thank you. I'm 60 this year, Megan, 60 this year. And yeah, I walked away from the corporate world in 2020 and now I'm a full-time online digital business owner.
That's fantastic, Miss Tina. So, I think what we want to know, or a lot of the viewers and a lot of the people I've spoken to is, they want to know what brought you to that journey. Yes, a lot of people work in the corporate world. Some love it, some don't. Some love it for the first 10 or 15 years. But after that 20 years hits, you tend to realize that you're stuck in a little bit of a, I don't know what that thing is called, where the hamster just goes round and round and round and round, and you realize that it's a never-ending story unless you turn 65 at some point and you're lucky enough to retire without any worries. So please tell us what led you to your journey in the digital business world.
So for me, and I've got to be honest, Megan, I absolutely loved my job. I really did. But I didn't realize at the time, because we all grow up with this idea that we've got to build our career, have a mortgage, have a family, do everything that's meant to be done. And when I got to 57 at the time, I was doing all the hours God sends. So I was out early hours of the morning, coming back late at night. Dave and I didn't really see each other properly till the weekends because it's called Groundhog Day. So it's the same thing every day, day in, day out. We'd get home, we'd have our tea, we'd go to bed, and it starts all over again. And it got to a stage where I was driving home one day from a business meeting and I was on the motorway. And that was what my life existed of, all the motorways in the UK. And I don't know where it came from. I don't know how it happened, but all of a sudden I had a bit of a breakdown in the fact that I just burst into tears. And I couldn't stop. I couldn't control it. I had to pull up on the side, wait till I'd got my head together and make my way home. And I'd had a breakdown basically. But it was due to all the hours I was doing. But again, you think you're doing the right thing and you think you're building that career. And when I got home, my husband said to me, "That's it, no more." And he basically took my phone off me, took my laptop off me and said, "You're not doing this anymore." I was off sick for a while, but while I was off sick, and I wasn't looking for an online business. I didn't really know what an online business was. For the likes of catalogs and supermarkets and stuff like that and franchises. And I was scrolling through social media, Facebook one night, and I saw an advert. and it was an opportunity to start your own business, and all you needed was good Wi-Fi, laptop, a phone, and you could take it with you anywhere. And bearing in mind, we were getting to our golden years, and we decided this could be something quite interesting. But I was
Yes.
skeptical at the time, as everybody is in this world. Because
Yeah, no, I was too,
now.
believe me.
And I kept scrolling back to it for about 5-10 minutes, kept going back.
You couldn't leave it alone.
Couldn't leave it alone. So in the end, I registered for the free webinar, and the rest is history. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is such an amazing story. I have to say, Miss Tina, you know, that's why I'm saying that we need to speak to each other, because there's so many things that happen in our lives that we can relate with other people. And I think it's a matter of, we always feel that we're alone in this situation or anything that we're going through. We think that we're alone, you know. But my and I called it an epiphany, but it was almost, you know, you could also basically call it a little breakdown that I had, and that's what led me to this business. I asked God, give me a sign, just tell me, you know, if this is all there is to life, tell me, or give me a sign to say, yes, that this is all there is to life, or give me a sign to show me what more there is, or what the possibilities are. And that's what led me to this business, you know, and it awakened something inside me that I never knew existed.
Yeah.
Because I was also in this, you know, this endless roller coaster of getting up and going to work and doing the same things over and over. And, you know, people always post, you know, you have your quotes and your phrases that we post, but they are actually true, because you're expecting a different result. You're expecting to feel differently. But it doesn't happen, you know.
There's so many more possibilities and opportunities in your life that you can grab hold of. And,
exactly.
You know, for us, as I say, we were getting into our golden years, and I thought to myself, do I want to work another 10 years in the corporate life doing exactly the same thing as I was doing, get to the age of 67 and not have enough health or time or anything to start living the life that's mine? You know, and that's my motto. That's my motto on my business now: live the life that's yours, because we're too busy building everybody else's dreams for them and not our own.
Exactly, Miss Tina. Oh my gosh, I couldn't have put it better myself. That is exactly what happens. I missed so much of my, you know, my boys' life as they grew up, and when I opened my eyes again, you know, the one was an adult, a young adult, and the other one was a teenager. And I was like, oh my gosh, when did this happen?
Yeah.
You know, life just goes so quickly in front of us, and we miss those moments. And you sort of, you know, in some way, you sort of feel a little bit of detachment from your family.
Yeah,
because
you're too busy wrapped up in your own.
Exactly. But as you said, you think that you're doing the right thing, because this is what society taught us. You go to school, you graduate from school, you go to university, you study into a career or a career field or whatever you want to call it. From there, you go and find a high-paying job, and there you stay until it's time for you to retire.
Yeah,
I think there's my youngest son and I were actually having a conversation the other day, and I watched this movie just the night before, and I said to him, do you know that we are using less than 10% of our brain capacity, if not less than that? But we are so magnificently designed, you know. But it's what society has taught us throughout the years that I would say have made us slaves to believe exactly that.
No, definitely agree with you.
You know, that we are limited, that we are nothing without a job, you know, a paying job and working for someone else. And that is the end all, the be all and the end all. Like, if you don't have a job, you know, you're not in that category of working people. But in actual fact, you know, this is just my opinion, that we have been mentally enslaved to believe that. And we
Yes.
are still living it, that way. We are capable, as humans, we are capable of so much more. We can do so much more if we use our brain capacity or just push it a little. I know, when you're 40 years old, I'm almost 40, it's difficult to learn something new and to start making it a routine. Just like we've made school a routine, just like we've made university routine, just like we've made going to find a job a routine, mortgage, and all of those things. It's difficult to find a routine that is not condoned by society.
I know.
And that is where we sort of get lost, and I think what we don't realize is that we've only been given this one life. There is no, many people
No,
believe in the afterlife.
this is
I'm not
it.
going to come back as Megan. If I do come back, I'm not going to come back into this life, So I want to make the best of the one that I have currently by doing whatever I can, to the best of my ability to make this life what I want it to be,
Yeah,
and not what
absolutely.
society wants it to be.
Absolutely,
Right?
100%. Totally.
Christina, what has your experience been in the business?
Wow.
I know a lot of people say that, besides, let's put the monetary gains aside, I was just saying to one of my other business partners, Sajida, the other day, I wasn't a shy person, but I was a very private person. And for me to even post something on Facebook, it would have taken like, 3 or 4 thoughts before I actually did that. And it was just a picture. Never mind going live on Facebook for
Oh, I
everyone
know.
to see. So,
I,
it
I would
instilled a
never.
confidence in
Yeah.
me that I never knew existed. I've become free of what other people think of me, because that is the thing that holds you back. What's my friends going to think? And, what's auntie so-and-so going to think? And uncle so-and-so going to think if they see me live on Facebook, So these are all the thoughts that go through our mind. But what has the business done for you personally?
So when I started the business, the one thing it's taught me, Megan, the big thing it's taught me is patience, because I'm a very impatient lady. So I want it all yesterday. But it's
Yes.
taught me patience, but it's also taught me, and you're right, what you touched on a subject there before. When I first started it, I was so worried about what other people thought I was doing. And I couldn't explain it properly. So I got myself in the right tears. People were saying, "You've gone mad. You've walked away from a corporate job like you've had. What are you doing?" But I knew in my heart that this business would work, and it didn't
Yes.
it didn't matter how long it took, because it's not a get rich quick scheme. Let's face it. If it was, we'd all be doing it.
Yeah.
But it was a business that I knew could grow. It was a business that I knew I was helping others. It was a business where I could grow myself personally and professionally, and have financial freedom. And it was a business where I knew that I could take it with me anywhere, and that I knew that Dave and I would be able to live the lives we wanted to live,
Yes.
however that
Yes.
may look.
Yes.
So it's taught me a lot of things, and I think that my biggest why was to start enjoying our golden years and have a good life. But as that's gone on, it's now seeing the smiles on my business partners' faces that I'm mentoring and coaching now, that they're growing their lives, changing it. So yeah, it's a blessing, absolute blessing.
No, that's awesome, Christina. Really, really, really awesome. And I think that's people always think that when doing this business, it's all about money. It's not just about money.
No,
It's
not.
the entire gist of it. The entire idea of it, the entire experience of it. Yes, there are monetary gains, but there are so many other skills that you gain that you
Oh
can
God, yes,
use for
yeah.
the rest of your life. None of us, I think, most of us never had tech skills. And I, believe me, I had to ask my son, how do I do this and and he still helps me, here and there, because I'm not all, tech savvy.
Our kids know more than we do.
But what I do know, I have to be honest, I've learned through this business, how to set up this Go Live, for example. I was never able to do anything but post pictures on Facebook. So yeah, it has, it's been extremely, it's been a learning experience, and it's such valuable skills that we learn in this business, and that is why I'm saying that it's not only about money. And you're right in saying that people think it's an overnight, you're going to be, successful overnight, it's the overnight success, and that's that and the other. But none of them would actually go and watch that 90-minute webinar. They want to know more, but they want us to tell them everything there is to tell, and it's not possible.
I always say, if somebody registers on my business page and wants to know more, and I always say, watch the webinar, and if they turn around to me and say, well, I haven't got time to watch the webinar, just tell me what it's about, I will always say, and this has grown over the past few years, I will turn around to them and say, well, listen, I'm not being funny, but if you haven't got time to watch a 90-minute webinar, this business is not for you.
For you, yeah. And you're being entirely honest,
Yeah.
My experience with the webinar, I literally, when I got my unique link to watch the webinar, I watched it over 3 days. But I wanted to watch it from the beginning to the very end. I wanted to hear from all the panelists. So I would just, memorize where I ended the last time, because this was between lunchtimes at my job. And I literally watched 30 minutes, and another 30 minutes. So I watched it over 3 days. But eventually, when I was done watching it, I ended up watching it again because it was so exciting.
It's awesome. And I like the fact that it's each time you see the replay, because I did the same, but each time you see the replay, it's different people giving their testimonies. So it's not robotic, it's not scripted, it's not planned. It's different people in this business giving their testimonies, and it blows me away every time I see it. It's just how this business is changing people, and towards what they want to do. And let's face it, people if they think it's a get rich quick scheme, when you set up any business, it takes time to grow. And at the end of the day, this is not a hobby. This is a business. It's legitimate. We are registered for tax, and the tax man always wins anyway. But at the end of the day, it's a legitimate business,
Yeah. Miss Tina, okay, we've spoken about what the business has done personally for you. What would you say if you have like 1 minute to tell a skeptical person, to sort of try and get them to be more open-minded? What would you say to them?
At the end of the day, the initial step is a free webinar. Now that how much more, you can't be skeptical about something that's free. But you need to tear down the walls. You need to peel it back. You need to look at it. You need to do your due diligence once you've watched it and check it all out, which is what I did. I actually even went onto the pages of the person who did the initial advert and checked her out and seen what she was doing, because that's
snooped
what
around.
You snoop around. You tear down those walls. So if you're looking for something different, if you're looking for a change in your life and you wake up every day thinking there's more out there, then register, because it's free. It could be for you. It might not be for you. You might decide, no, it's not something I want to do. But if you look at it and you tear down those walls, nothing changes if nothing changes, Megan.
Miss Tina, there has been, I think all of us, some recent excitement within our online business community, and it's got something to do with travel.
Can't wait. Cannot wait.
Can you give us just a little bit of, and I believe this is the 5th income stream, which is amazing.
All I will say is I am now going on a cruise in July.
Wow.
Just for a week.
Lovely.
But I know that when I'm on that cruise, I will still be earning from our 5th income stream. That's all I can say, because it's exciting. Yeah. 5
and that's more than you know.
5 income streams. It's just, it's awesome. Yeah. It's going to be more holidays, guys, but you'll get. And at the same time, I can't say too much.
I personally have never been on a cruise. So I am planning to get in on that specific action
I've
very, very
got to
soon.
tell you
That's all
something
I
funny
can
there,
say.
Megan. This is the first cruise I've been on since I was 13 years of age. And the very first one I went on with my parents and my sisters was 2 weeks. And I threw up for the whole 2 weeks.
Oh
But I was 13 at the time, so I'm hoping
yeah.
I'll be taking some calmers. But I am really excited, yeah.
That's fantastic. I'm so, so happy for you, Miss Tina. And I know that you are making waves in the digital community, you know, and that you are mentoring and coaching. And, you know, I see you guys, you know, the videos or the pictures of your online Zooms. You know, I follow you all the time.
Oh, thank you.
Because you know what, I always say that, and even our founders will say it, that you need to get the golden nuggets. So, you know, not everything will work for everyone, but you need to educate yourself in such a manner that you follow the people that you want to follow. You look at them, you know, they're successful, and you take what you can in terms of, you know, how they got there. So you're learning from those people, and that's exactly what I'm doing.
Absolutely.
So
Oh,
I am
me
following our
too.
founders. I'm following you. I'm following a few other. I'm following your coach, Franco.
Oh, he's amazing.
I
He's
love him.
amazing. I love him to bits. Absolutely love him to
He's
bits.
such an awesome person and such a
Yeah.
giving person.
Yeah.
So generous and so genuine. You know,
Oh, he's lovely.
you guys are really lucky to have him as your coach.
Oh, you know, hand on heart, absolutely blessed with him. I mean, he's 30 odd years of age. He's a full-time business owner. He built a house for his mum and dad in the Philippines. He's just bought a house for himself in Canada. He's there every day supporting us all. He gives so much of himself. It's awesome.
Awesome. And that's awesome. Yeah, but then again, he learned from one of the best as well.
He did, yes. She's in our house. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Miss Tina, it's been such a pleasure chatting to you. Is there anything else that you would like to add for the viewers?
All I would say that for anybody who's on now watching, or for anybody who watches the replay, plug in to Megan. You know, plug in online to her webpage, watch the free webinar. Because if you want to live the life that's yours and build your dreams and build your goals, this could be for you. But all you've got to do is check it out, and it's free. It's free. It's risk-free.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
So yeah, just do it, guys. That's all I'd say. Do it.
There we go, guys. Just do it like Miss Tina said. You know, if you have any questions, please feel free to post them in the comment section. And I will attend to it ASAP. Miss Tina, thank you so much. It's been so lovely having you. I'm so honored, and it's lovely to meet you, and I hope we can meet in person one day on one of those cruises, mind you.
Yeah. Can't wait.
I'm so happy for you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Megan.
Must have an awesome day further. Thank you guys for checking in. And for watching. You know, like I said, any questions, please post them in the comment section. Thank you so much. It's been awesome.
Have a good day, guys.
Have a good day, and be happy.
Bye.
That's all I can say. Bye, everyone. Thanks so much.